Charlie, you might mention how you brought this to the club, this program in the first place.
I thought I did.
Okay, but
one.
Charlie's the one who actually brought the program to the club. You saw something like it down in South Florida. And
oh, I was talking when our daughter lives in South Florida. She's a math teacher in South Florida. When I'm down there, I go do makeups. And in one of my makeups down there, I was talking to a retired principal, and he was emphasizing to me, now this is way back when, that they can recognize kids that are not going to graduate from high school already in 5th grade. He said, it's a shocker. And he says, we really need to do something to help kids because education is so important. And that really got me going. And then, of course, I'm on this I belong to this CASA organization, and I'm familiar with what goes on in the schools. And my high school in St. Louis is a disaster now. It was a fantastic school. So we all recognize that how important education is, and how little some kids are paying attention to it, and it's shocking. As Aaron mentioned, the counselors are having difficulty getting some of the kids to sign up for this program. At Roxana last year, they had 62 that were eligible, and we have 5 that applied. And so it's pretty sad.
so 13 or 14 years ago, Charlie brought this idea to the club, and that's how it all started. And the program comes under the jurisdiction of the East Alton Rotary Club Foundation, of which Aaron is president. So that's how it operates under the foundation. We've had 39 graduates since 1998, first year students in the program graduating. 39 since '98. We've had graduate earnings of $46,775, which is an average of $1,199, and that ranges from the first year of the program, '98. The graduates earned a total of $1,625. There were 2 graduates, and in 2009, we have 4 graduates, and they earned a total of $7,900. Total exposure to the club with 4 graduates each year, obviously $12,000. So when you're asked to sell Baseball Mania tickets or Chili tickets or whatever, this is what the money goes to. So we really need you to do those things for us to help these kids out. Average of this year's graduates, $1,975. Total earned, and this includes the students that will graduate in 2010, $50,975. So it's a significant amount of money that we're putting out to these students. We've had 2 forfeitures that I'm aware of in recent years. Early years records are a little sketchy, but in the last 8 years, I'd say, we've had 2 forfeitures, and that was just, we have a 2-year time limit where the student must take their money or get back with us and make other arrangements. They must take the money out in 2 years, and a couple of them, for whatever reason, did not ever come to us for the money, and that totaled $1,625. Now the foundation operates, primary reason for the foundation is to operate the scholarship program. And it started back in '96, picking students. About 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago, an unidentified donor challenged the club to help fund this program. We were doing it out of cash flow, but it was starting to get so large that a donor came to us and said, I'll match up to $35,000, the money that the club can raise for this program. So we had a huge effort. Everybody got involved. I don't remember all the events we had. I know Ron had a or some kind of sale at the church, and we had all the money that year that we got went into this program, went into the fund for the matching grant. We ended up with almost $35,000 raised. It really took us a couple of years, but we did that. We also sent letters to various people in the community for donations, and that was successful as well. But we raised almost $35,000. So the donor matched, and actually the donor put in $35,000. So we started out with a pretty nice total, and that fund is now invested. Not too proud of that the last year or so, but before then we did okay. The foundation financials are done quarterly because there's not that much activity. So I have numbers for 3/31, the end of the first quarter, and the asset current value was $70,785 at March 31st. Now we all know that that's a bad time to do a financial because the market had collapsed before then. So just an update. Our securities have increased about $10,000 since that end of that quarter. So it's looking a little better. We have somewhere around $80,000. But at the end of March, we had $7,900 in accrued scholarships payable. Now, I was just working on the statements this morning. We have a little over $10,000 accrued payables for scholarships. And we paid, of the 4 graduates this year, we've already paid out 2 of them. Larry was here, a couple weeks ago. And then Jennifer Baird she couldn't make a meeting, so I sent her a check. So those 2 have been paid off. But we still have over $10,000 in payables. So let's see, what else do I have? Fundraisers that fund the scholarship program are the foundation treasury, let's put it that way, because there are a couple other things come out of that. Primarily this club is focused on the scholarships, but we do a couple other projects during the year. As we know, we just did the stop sign program, and we're doing a park project. So that's $3,000 to $3,500 right there, in addition to the scholarships. But Corey and I put this together at the end of last year, and we'll do another one this year. Our investments last year raised about $5,400. We had a meeting charge above expenditures of $3,700. The golf tournament brought in $2,500. We didn't have a golf tournament this year, so that was $2,500 that we didn't get. The Baseball Mania was last year $2,100 net. And then our good friend, sometimes Rick, hold it high, with fines, 50/50, and birthday, raised over $1,700. Yeah, he's ruthless. Chili dinner about $1,600 net, and the Joe's basketball tournament last year, before this last one, raised over $500. I think we were up close to $1,000 this year. So that's where the money comes from. We had a net fundraisers last year of $17,000, and that included $5,400 in investment income, which we won't see this year. So you take the 17 less the 5, you're down to 12. That's our exposure on the scholarship program. So if we want to do anything else, and these kids earn max, we're in a deficit position.